slaves. Hit me maybe with a fake gun, tie me up. I don't know listen, I don't know what's in your fantasy, but that would be a situation where you would want to discuss that because it goes back to trauma. Sometimes things happen and you're triggered. So you want to make sure that you have discussed all the details of that scene to make sure both parties are on the same page. Next, I have total power exchange. Here in the Night House, that is how we operate. We are in service to serve 24/7. That is exactly that 24/7 dynamic is often seen with master and slave. So more often than not, when there's a master in play, you're going to see that they require longer service because essentially slaves are handing that those decision making abilities over. My next one actually is DS. That's dominant, submissive, or lifestyle. And lastly, I'm going to be talking about the MS dynamic. That's master slave. It's more intense, and you'll often find that it's more protocol driven. There's more about rituals and things of that nature.
Gotcha.
Thank you, Sheba, my lovely sister Wax. I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and throw some fun ones out I like. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with subspace. So subspace for all you newbies is like it's that floaty trance-like state subs get into during play. We're also gonna cover top space / dom space, the focused, powerful state as the top dom gets into dom space. Aftercare, which is after a scene, which is for emotional, physical care after play. Drop, the emotional crash that can happen after intense play. And edge play, and that's higher risk activities like breath play or knives, some stuff I'm into. Oh, the good stuff.
Yeah. And you know, these words matter because they shape how we communicate. If you don't know them, you can't really negotiate clearly to where the other party fully understands you. So it's key to get comfortable with these terms and don't get flustered when you start hearing something that you don't know what they are. Just know that this is a journey, and in that journey, you're going to learn a lot as you go. This is just the beginning. Nobody starts from the beginning knowing everything. So you got to start somewhere. And I'm glad you're here starting because we're going to give you unbiased information. So yeah, we pride ourselves on that, you know. So now let's talk roles. People outside BDSM, they think it's just dom and sub, right? They hear dominant, they hear submissive, and they think that's it. But there's so much more to it, so much more.
All right, so in the D-type category, we not only have dominant, but we have masters, mistresses, owners, daddy and mommy doms. Each has a different flavor, and a daddy dom nurtures and guides. A master may be strict and protocol heavy.
And I'll go ahead and cover the S types. So for S types, we have submissives, which I am. We have slaves, we have brats, littles, pets, bottoms. Not all submissives are the same. A brat likes to push buttons. A little may be playful or childlike in energy. And the slave gives more structure and control to their dominant.
Right. If we're going too fast or you're not catching it, like I said, just hit us in the chat and we'll circle right back for you. I want to make sure everybody understands all this stuff. I know we're moving kind of quick, but it's because we got so much information, and I know once we start asking questions, we're gonna be on here all night. So trying to get to it. So that brings us to the difference between submissives and slaves. Let me tell you something. One thing you need to know quick, fast, and in a hurry, right now, do not call slaves submissives. Just don't. It will not be pretty. They do not like that because, and the reason why, and I totally get it, because it's more of an identifier. A slave is more of an identifier. Submissive is more like the action. So what I did was I asked someone that's a leather educator for their opinion on what was the differences, and I asked I asked what the non-leather people considered as slave, the difference between slave and submissive. And essentially that was it. Both of them understood, both of them said the same thing. But I'm just making it clear to y'all now that you don't want to step on that landmine. And if you do, apologize quick and ask for their opinion on the difference. It's okay to make a mistake. Just apologize. And I'm new. I'm just trying to learn.
We have a question in the comment section, sir. Well, really more so a comment. Randy said the speed is fast, but understood. Very intriguing. Gonna do more homework on the lifestyle.
Absolutely. And that's all this is. It's really to just kind of get you going, to spark that interest so you'll feel like doing a little more research and finding out more on your own. Can a DS dynamic be TPE, or is that only? Yes, absolutely. A DS dynamic can be TPE. That's our dynamic. We're TPE, total power exchange. So yes, that is possible. Let's talk about pronouns. How about that? Let's go into pronouns.
They matter.
Yeah.
They listen. Misidentifying someone can definitely be an issue. And keep respect is everything. Don't assume. Ask. Someone might identify as he, him, she, her, or they, them, or even by title only. Misgendering or making assumptions can ruin trust instantly. And some people would take it as a personal offense to assume what their identifiers are versus asking. And I always say the only dumb question is the question you don't ask. It's not something you need to be embarrassed about, but all of this is about being informed and staying informed.
Right.
So let's go ahead and go to the audience. Well, actually, let's do a quick poll. Drop in the chat, everyone who wants to participate, of course. Consent is key. Do you see yourself as a D type, an S type switch, or are you curious? If everyone that wants to participate, can you go ahead and drop that in the chat, and then we're gonna go ahead and take a quick poll.
Yeah, and it's perfectly okay, if you don't know. That's what you're here for, to kind of find out.
Ooh.
Okay, a lot of S types, but with bratty tendencies. Someone doesn't know yet, that's perfectly fine. E types, a few D types. Okay. Not sure. All right. That's good. That's good. That tells me that you've kind of already identified a little bit what side you lean to, and you want to learn more on that side. If you're a switch, that's perfectly fine. Don't let nobody try to downplay you, and nobody tell you that because you're a switch, you can't be a D type, or you can't be a real D type or whatever. Don't buy into that. You can be whatever the hell you want to be in this. That's the beauty of it. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and can't do. So we already did the poll real quick, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. One of the most common questions is the difference between fetish and kink. That's another good one too. A lot of people don't understand. They think it's the same. They think people have different ideas of what it is. And when I first learned about the difference between it, I was shocked too, because in my mind, I immediately went to the wrong definition, trying to automatically equate them both to the same thing. So let's start with a kink.
So a kink is anything outside the vanilla norm. Bondage, wax play, role play, these are kink.
Okay.
Yeah. And a fetish is more specific. It's something someone may do for arousal, like I'm into feet. So for instance, feet, latex, leather, you can enjoy kinks, but a fetish feels essential.
Right. Here's a good way to think about it. There's always a square inside a rectangle, but there's not always a rectangle inside a square. If that makes sense to you, then you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. They're not both the same thing. A fetish and a kink, you can have a fetish and not have the kink, or actually no, you can't. You can have the kink and not have the fetish. There's another question.
Yes, we have another question. This is from Crystal. When coming into the lifestyle, where can one go to seek out guidance? Like books and other learning avenues. For me, I know I'm submissive, but not sure where to start on this quest to learn and experience times.
Funny you should ask. So in our we have an academy that we put out. It's called Triskelion's Academy. I'm gonna have Summer go ahead and put it in the chat link in the chats for y'all, so y'all can go ahead and enroll if you like. It does have a free novice course that just goes over all of this stuff basically and more. It teaches you a lot more, but then it goes a little bit deeper and it gets into the other courses. So go check it out. Again, Summer's gonna put it in the chat for y'all.
Just comment out loud because she put it here. Queen said, Summer, why are you my twin for real, for real? Laugh out loud. I have a foot, as she said.
That's why I love you.
Yeah.
Start be like, I'll be like, just bring it here. Give here.
Right, Phoenix. That's another good ad too. The course is also self-paced. It's 100% online. So, and you get a certificate at the end. You know, one of the things in this lifestyle is a lot of people claim stuff that they don't really have experience with. And we were thinking one day, like, what if there was some way you could get some sort of certification to be able to say, hey, I took this course, and I'm certified in it, right? That would give people a little more trust, right?
Yeah.
Add some credential. So we decided that that's what we're going to do. When you finish each course, you get a certificate to match to say, I went through this course, I passed this course, I'm proficient in this course. So yeah, that's a good thing to add to your portfolio. Think about the future as we go. You know, this thing is going to change. It's not going to be the same way it is. I know it's not going to be the same way it is. It's going to be different people showing portfolios of sorts to try to show what they know and what they haven't learned yet. And to me, that only makes sense. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Looking at here, I have Alexis. She's actually going to help us move on to the next stage. We're going to open it up. She dropped her newbie question in the chat, and everyone else feel free to do so. No judgment. If you're wondering, someone else probably is too. From Alexis, I took the BDSM test and scored fairly high on rigor, but don't know what it is. Can you touch bases on this?
Okay. So in the world of shibari, that's when they tie the knots and use ropes on the skin on the body for either suspension or sometimes on a floor model or whatever. But the guy or the woman that's actually doing the rope itself, that's tying the rope, is called a rigger. They're called a rigger. So I hope that answers that. If there's another one.
Let me see here. We had a thank you from Alexa. I'm not seeing those questions, guys.
Don't be scared. Ask them questions. I cleared up a whole half hour so that we could answer these questions because I know you got them. What we did is just give you a quick overview of acronyms, meanings, and whatnot. So we're counting on you guys to kind of ask questions, or I'll ask questions because I don't have a problem. I'll just kind of pick somebody and ask them to ask a question. And now you got to figure out a question.
I think you motivated them, sir.
Okay.
I have Latif. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Question is, does CNC have to be physical or can it be mental?
Good question. So I guess for me, that's a good question. I don't really see how it could be because the act itself is what the CNC is about. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm gonna ask somebody I trust about that.
Can I say something?
Good point though. Yeah.
I'm asking that because I actually participated in something of that nature, but because of the whole breaking into the house, chasing anything didn't do it for me. We decided to do something that was more mentally involved, which had to do with having my dominant be pleased by someone else, knowing that it would cause me to be uncomfortable. I would never consent to it. I did receive some breakthroughs with it, being able to um, see how he was pleasured and how that made me feel good for him. But someone also told me that it wasn't CNC because it wasn't physical. So I was just asking.
So I'm glad you came on and said that, because that kind of clarifies it a little bit. What I would say is that's a form of humiliation and degradation. In this lifestyle, there is a kink for humiliation and degradation. That's when you get off more on the idea of someone being either humiliated or being humiliated yourself, or degraded in the same fashion. So I guess I would kind of classify that more with humiliation and degradation, as opposed to the physical act of CNC.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem at all. No problem at all.
All right. Next question comes from Rainbow. She's just asking, what was said about fetish? It was said that fetish is something someone may blank.
Okay. So this mic is on. So okay, fetish is something like, let's say something you need in order for you to kind of get there, you know. A fetish is more like you can have I don't know, foot fetish, fucking, I don't know, spanking fetish, like anything that you have as a fetish, is something that you need to kind of get you there, to get you to that point. I hope that's clear.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Touched this.
Okay.
Yeah, something that feels that's essential, like you need to like.
Right. Right. We need it.
Yeah. Next question comes from Jade. She asks, when starting a DS dynamic, is a contract necessary? If so, what's the best way to establish this?
Okay, so starting a dynamic, you shouldn't be signing a contract immediately like that. There's a process for this. I'll explain the process to you, or I'll explain my process to you, because mine is a little bit different, but it follows the same overall format. So you don't go straight into, when you're talking to someone, you just kind of boom, hey, sign this, now you mine, you belong to me. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you take your time and you vet this person correctly. Vetting is a word that's used in the lifestyle to mean just making sure that y'all are viable, that there's a viable connection there in the first place. So for me, I have a pre-vetting stage. The pre-vetting stage is usually few days, maybe a week or two, just to kind of talk and see if we even click, if we even vibe at all. Sometimes we don't make it past there. Sometimes we do. But then the next phase is the actual vetting phase. Now, the vetting phase is no more than 3 months. I mean, no less than 3 months, no more than 6 months. After 6 months, I'm going to be able to tell whether, we want to move forward with this or not. And then moving forward would be the consideration phase. The consideration phase is no less than 6 months, no more than 1 year. And at that point, I have to make a decision after a year if I'm going to sign you or not. If I'm not, then it would behoove all of us involved to be released, to release the S type. Or just continue and go a little bit longer under consideration. But I would say be mindful that you don't get held too long in one place, as far as never being signed. If that's your goal, if that's what you want, don't allow yourself to be held in place for too long by that. But at the same time, you don't want to jump right into something with someone, because it's important you see people through different seasons. People have a representative that they put up when you meet, and that representative is on it. They hit you back immediately. They on it. They make you fall in love. You like, and this is the one. I know I've been waiting for you my whole life. And then there comes a time when this person might have a bad day, or, they get some bad news in their life and they turn into a completely different person. You have to be able to see how people act and respond to different situations. So take that into account when you're thinking about signing with someone or not. I hear somebody trying to say something. No? Okay.
Uh,
I hope I answered that for you.
All righty. Moving on to the next question. This is from Dee Dee. What do you suggest for getting a usually vanilla partner involved or open to you exploring without them?
Exploring without them. Okay, that's good. So, what I would suggest is having a conversation with your significant other. Make sure that they understand what it is that you need, what it is you're going for. If they don't want to participate or they don't want to be in it with you, then they have to understand that you may still go forward with trying to get what you need out of this. So in the explanation, I would say to tell them about, maybe tell them about where it came from, why you feel like this, if it's something you just want to experiment with. You do know that these relationships don't have to be sexual. They can be, but they don't have to be sexual. There's a such thing as a non-sexual DS relationship. Um, there's different ways to go about it, but I would say straightforward, sit down, have the conversation. I tell everybody, don't try to sneak. Don't try to sneak and do it without your spouse knowing about it, because it's going to come back. Somehow, some way it's going to show itself and it's going to get ugly. So don't do that. Part of what we do is part of why we do what we do is because the honesty involved in it. Like you're able to, okay, he's here with you now. Okay, there you go. That's good. Then y'all on the right path already. If he's there with you, that means y'all already, he knows about it. Y'all already kind of experimenting, seeing what's what. That's dope. That's dope. I would say go ahead. And experiment. Let him do some information, look for some information on it. You can teach him the stuff that you learn, or her. I don't know who Dee Dee is, but yeah, well, him, because she said he.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's important that he's involved with this as well.
She's a lady.
She's a lady. He's a him. I got you. I'm kind of slow sometimes. I haven't had my evening cup of coffee yet, so I'm a little slow sometimes. But yeah, I hope that answer was good for you. And also, if you want, you guys can hit me up afterwards in the chat, and we can talk a little more about it. Because I know it's, as a vanilla, trying to understand how to navigate this whole thing is rough. So I'm willing to help y'all with that.
All righty. The next question is coming from Jade again. I love that you're asking questions. I've heard that a sub can't have more than one dom, but can a dom have more than one submissive?
Absolutely. I have two right now. So yeah, you can definitely have more than one submissive, but as a D type, you shouldn't take on more than you can handle. And by that, what I mean is it's not just a sexual thing. So you're going to have to deal with problems that they may have. You're going to have to solve issues for them and stuff like that. If you can barely solve your own issues, you definitely don't need one, let alone two, or any more than that. You got to have your stuff straight first, because it ain't easy. You see this? See all this? Yeah.
Nope. I came around, Daddy. Blame that one.
That's before you.
Elaborate a little more on what you mean by that.
So for me, I have two submissives, right? I believe you're asking me about how to tell if you can have more than one, or
Yes.
okay. So you should be able to provide a couple of things. You have to be mentally safe. You have to be mentally aware if you're gonna have one, let alone more than one. But you have to, in your own mind, you have to have a vision. You have to have some sort of direction that you're moving towards. As if there's S types listening to this, I know there is. What I would say is, yeah, I see that. We'll get to that. What I would say is ask. Ask about the direction they're going in. Ask about their vision. What are they trying to do? Where they're trying to go? Where do they see themselves in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? These are all important things to find out ahead of time. But yes, a D type can have more than one S type if he can handle that. Some may take them even if they can't, but it won't work out well. They're gonna end up dropping the ball somewhere, and it's gonna get ugly in the house. Yeah.
Randy added to that, there are relationships that require work, commitment, time, trust, etc. It's
Right.
not just physical.
Right, absolutely. It's there's so much more to it than meets the eye. If you ask the average vanilla person what is BDSM, they'll tell you that's when the white people be beating each other. Yeah, that's not quite what it is. There's so much more to it. You know, this relationship aspect, the mental aspect, all of that. So yeah, it definitely takes a lot of work to do this and do it right. But it's so rewarding. It's so rewarding. I'm telling you, as a dominant, I can tell you when you have an S type and they're having a problem with something and you see them overcome that problem, it feels great. It feels great to know that you actually assisted in that. And this person not only getting over the problem now, but learning how to deal with it later on if it pops up again. That's changing someone's life. That's having an impact on someone's life. So yeah, it's an important job being a D type. Because just like you can help a lot, you can also do a lot of damage. So yeah, be mindful of that.
Our next question is coming from Chuck. This is definitely for you, sir. Is there a certification for Dom status? What information can you suggest to get the true in-depth nature of being a Dom?
Funny you should ask that. So we have this we have an academy that we run called Triskelion's Academy. Summer, I believe she put it in the link. She link in the chat earlier. In this academy, there's courses in there that's for dominance that teach different things, like out of the box things too, like not just simple regular stuff like how to swing a flogger and stuff like that. We have a course on how to take care of your tools, the different materials, how to take care of stainless steel, leather, nylon, latex, stuff like that. As a dominant, there's other things that you should learn, that you should know. First aid is one of the first things you should learn because stuff happens, people get hurt. So I say all that to say, in this course that we offer, we kind of give people, we kind of give dominants the layout to be able to walk away at the end and say, I learned all this stuff and I'm good to go. So yeah, there is a place. It's called Triskelion's Academy. You should go check it out. I mean, I heard it's great.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
The Novice Course is free, guys. So you get to try out that first program free of charge.
Right.
But but moving on, the next question also comes from Jade. Again, I'm loving it. What's the best way to compartmentalize your romantic relationship from your DS dynamic if your dom is also your significant other?
Ooh, that's a good one. See, this is one time I'm gonna have to say I don't know if I'm qualified to answer that one because I don't. I've never been able to. My DS and my relationship is the same. We're 24/7. We live together. So yeah, I don't know if there's somebody in the audience that might have some tips on that or whatnot. Anybody speak up?
Miss Queen, you're not gonna unmute your phone?
There she go.
Was she asking if you were like in a relationship with your dominant or outside of your dominant?
No, if you're in a relationship with dominant, splitting.
Okay, well, so I am married to my dominant. It is if oh God, hold on. Because it can be so easy, blissful, loving, hard, manic, it can be a whole lot of different things in different spaces, different times, different areas. We have children, we both work. We both have to be in a good mental space when we're not 24/7 because of our household, and because of children and just life. And all the time I can't kneel in front of the children, or I can't do cigar service while I'm having to cook dinner. Or so I have different things that are required of me when I'm a mom too, and a wife, and own submissive. So it can be all of the great things, but balance is key. Balance took us years. That's all I got. It took years to balance this DS relationship and being husband and wife. So you can do it, but it's gonna challenge you.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
See,
it is challenging.
Yeah, see, she was the best person to choose for that question.
Summer, can you put the link back up again? It's kind of up far in the chat, just
Yeah, I'll put it back.
All right, so user with an iPhone, team iPhone, asks, would two newbies be a bad mix? Should one of the partners be experienced?
So I don't suggest that. Because two new people don't understand their own boundaries yet. And it's easy to go over someone's boundary and not even know. But at the same time, I wouldn't say that the best way to do it is find someone that's seasoned, that's been doing this before. I would say talk to the person. As a new S type, I would say to make sure the person that you're talking to has some experience. They got to know something. You can't, unless y'all take it like really slow and y'all just going through the courses together at triskelionsacademy.com. If y'all just going through that together, then that's good. As newbies, you'll be able to learn the same information. But there's so many factors that come into play with knowing your hard limits, knowing your soft limits, and coming up with safe words and all of this. So I just really wouldn't suggest two brand new people getting together. What they could do is they could study, and then after a certain time period, they can try to get together and see what happens. But you definitely want to have some education before you don't want to just hop into this with somebody that doesn't know anything about it.
All righty. Next question, sir, is from, I believe that's Rita. How does someone new to being a sub go about asking a dom to be a part of their house?
Okay, so normally the way it goes is the dominant would ask the submissive to be a part of their house. But if there was a submissive that wanted to be part of a dominant's house, there's this thing called petition of service that you can put in. Basically, it says, these are the things that I can offer. These are the reasons why I want to be part of your house. This is the reason, these are the reasons why I feel like I can add to your house. All these good things. And you submit it. And that D-type will then, look it over and see if y'all match or whatnot, and then start y'all vetting and all that good stuff. But yeah, because the house is normally ran by the head of household, which would be the D-type that's in charge of the house, an S-type wouldn't necessarily ask a D-type to be part of their house. It's the other way around. The D-type is asking the S-type, look, I want you to come into my house. I hope that explained.
Moving on to the next question is B. I'm a newbie, want to explore being a dom and also a sub, but I like to take my time to see what I like. Do you think it's best to start online meeting / talking or just jump into my local scene? Personally, I'm an energy person, so face-to-face feels more appealing, but I don't want to get wrapped in too fast. Crying face emoji.
Okay. Okay, good question. I would say the safest way to do it, because I'm always about safety. Until you get comfortable, I would say online would be best. Um, because there's a separation there, and you hold all the keys. If you don't want to talk to this person no more, click, done. You don't have to. Um, there's when you're meeting someone in person, there's an energy exchange there, but it's also kind of dangerous because you don't really know this person. You don't know what they're capable of. So if you did meet with this person somewhere, you would make sure it's in a public place, make sure people know where you're going, all that good stuff, you know. But yeah, I would definitely say online would be best. There was a time when that wasn't even a possibility. You know, you had to walk into a spot if you wanted to meet someone. But we're in a new day and age now, and the future's here. It's all online now. So yeah, I would say it's good to get to know someone online. Not only that, but it allows you more time to really dig in and get to know each other mentally and emotionally. Because somebody might see you physically and be like, "Yup, I want to hit that." So I'm gonna say everything I gotta say to make sure I hit that tonight. You know, you just hey, you know, it's not that much different from the real dating world, you know, from not the real dating world, the vanilla world. Um, because yeah, people have ulterior motives. So you just gotta always be careful. Always be careful.
Yes, sir. Um, I have a question for Miss Sally. Is it weird if romantic feelings come up with a long-term play partner? I'm a G type and prone to a bit of limerence.
No, there's nothing wrong with that at all. We're humans. And as humans, we're social. We like to feel connected. So if if you're able to be yourself and be seen in front of someone and they don't turn their cheek, they don't run away, there's something about that. There's a bond there that begins to form because they're seeing a side of you that nobody else gets to see. It's just you and that person. So Munches, yes, I'll get to that in a second, Munches. But they're getting to see a part of you that nobody else gets to see. So it's common to start having feelings. The important thing is that you don't let these feelings cloud your judgment in any way, as a dominant, especially. Because it's going to be hard sometimes to tell your S type that you love, no, you can't do this, or no, you can't do that. And they're looking at you with the eyes and the lips. See, they got the lip and all that, and you gotta still be able to say nah, because it's not in your best interest. Because I love you, I'm saying no. Or because I want to be with you, I'm with you, I'm saying no. So it's perfectly normal to catch feelings. We human. It's bound to happen.
Alrighty. So moving on. You're gonna love this one, sir. Jade asks, does your academy offer facilitated support for DS themes or coaching?
That's a good question. We are getting there. We're getting there. Right now, it's just all the online services we offer, but we are looking at expanding and doing more one-on-one coaching and trainings and whatnot. So there's so many projects we got going all at once that it's like we just always moving around. So, but we are looking at doing that. That's something that we want to do.
All right.
Now, if you just want ideas for scenes and whatnot, that's different. You know, I could retreats. Yeah. So let me answer that too. Jade is asking a lot of questions
she
today.
is, and I love
That's what
it.
I'm talking about.
She said she's getting all her questions answered.
Right. So as far as retreats go, we are looking at doing something with our group with Black BDSM Elite in Vegas. We're planning to do a huge meet and greet slash coming out party slash release party for the app and just all kinds of things we got going on. So it's going to be a big celebration. We're going to be in Vegas. We're going to do it in Vegas. We're trying to set it up so that it's going to be when it's a little cooler out, so we can enjoy being out there and not melt because it's nasty out there when it's hot. I don't know if you ever been there, but in the middle of the summer, you don't want to go there. You definitely don't. So, but yeah, we're trying to do something like that to bring everybody together. We just have so many members and they're so spread across America that I wanted to give everybody a one spot where they can come. That's already a destination where people want to go anyway. Everybody want to go to Vegas. Go to Vegas, hang out a little bit, do some kinky stuff, you know, have fun and be able to do all that in the company of all the people that a lot of newbies can't touch on limits and safe words. I will. There's all these people would love to come together and be seen for who they are. The hotel that we're talking about getting is a kink dedicated, so you'll be able to be you even at the hotel. We're trying to do a whole hotel takeover, so but that depends on y'all, you know. So we'll be putting out the information on that soon. Just keep your eyes open. So what was it? Safe words?
Yeah. Did you want me to go in order or skip?
Yeah, no, go on.
All right. So I actually this one really simple. B asked about munches. Queen hopped in the chat. I love you, Queen. Meet and greets. There are meet and greets in vanilla places with kinky people, like dinner or fun, chill spaces to get to know other kinky people.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And as far as the munches, I would say that if you know someone that's going there already or someone that's running it or whatever, you can go. You can go. Just be safe. Make it up in your mind that number one, you're not leaving there with nobody. You're not gonna just disappear. Um, it's a safe space when it's run right. However, I've been to a couple that haven't been run right. So that's why I don't always just throw it out there because it's hit or miss. Somebody might have good munches, others it just might be not great munches. So I'm not gonna say bad munches, but you know, it's just not a great one. So but yeah, munches is a good place to meet people in your area. But just do so safely. Do so safely.
All right. Back to the questions. Oh Lord, I'm scared of her name. Lativi.
It's Latif.
Latif.
Yes.
Okay, I was being fancy. I was being over the top. Okay.
That's okay.
No problem. Thank you. So Miss Latif asks, what are the top 5 things you ask about when vetting?
The top 5 things. I ask about medical history. Do you have any medical problems I need to know about? I ask about mental history. Do you have any mental health issues that I need to know about? Allergies, anything like that. I ask about, let's say I ask about kinks, right? Because you got to make sure that you line up, right? But here's the thing. And the reason why I throw that out there now is because I wanted to find a way to fit this in. But you don't have to, if you get with a D-type and he's asking you immediately about your kinks, like, hey, what do you like? What that should be somewhat of a flag for you. Like, cool it down, take it easy. There's more important things that we need to know about each other first right now. So that's something to look out for. But yeah, I asked about family history, any mental health issues. Most of my stuff that I ask is all like health based or mental health based or education wise. How long have you been in the lifestyle? Have you ever been home before? How did that end? Did it get ugly? Did you blast this person online? Are you still talking shit about this person? Like, there's a lot of different things that go into it. So these are all the different types of things. I think I gave you more than 5, but it's just these are the types of things that I ask myself because it's important to me. All relationships ain't gonna last forever, but you don't want to get involved with someone that it may end, and now they on Facebook blasting you, talking about you crazy, and you saw them do it to their ex. You saw them do it. So for me, it's important. I always ask that. Are you the type to be going at it?
From Lucera, she just in response to the Vegas retreat. Ooh, yay, that sounds super dope.
Ooh, yay. What'd you say? What'd you say again?
Ooh, yay. I'm sorry, I read that in my little voice. She also said, yeah, summertime is hot. And here we go. Phoenix there says there are a lot of newbies. Can you touch on limits and safe words?
Okay. Limits and safe words, why they're important. Safe word is when it's too much, when you need to stop. You come up with a safe word and it's pre-negotiated between you and your partner. And you say, when I say the word lamp, ours is, I'm a Saints fan. Our safe word is who that. So when they say who that, I know, all right, I gotta stop. I'm doing too much. But there's also yellow when you're getting there to be a little bit too much. You say yellow and the person will pull back a little bit, or they should pull back a little bit. But the safe word itself is important because when you say that safe word, it's supposed to stop. All action stops. There's no, I'm going to push you past your safe word. There's no, I'm going to listen to it. Who that? There's no, I'm going to listen to, I'm not going to listen to it. I'm going to push forward. I'm going to push you past that. That's bullshit. A safe word is a safe word. It means stop, 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 full stop. I hope everybody hears that. Now, what was the other one?
Limits.
Limits. Okay. Limits. Everybody has limits. You have to know your limits in order to be able to navigate this lifestyle, or people are going to be running all over you, banana, or people are going to be running all over you. Hard limits and soft limits, right? Soft limits are things that you may not be overly into, but you're willing to kind of try. You might be able with a little coercion, you might kind of go a little bit past that, you know. Hard limits means hell no, not doing it, not never, don't even think about it. Right. Falcons for life. Come on, man. Just when I thought we had all these cool people on here, now here come the Falcon fans. Come on.
Look, I'm just gonna take it back because he will go forever about that. Latif again asks, what's the best way to go about finding others in a lifestyle if your location does not have a strong POC community?
That's why we have this group. A lot of us live in areas that don't have a large POC community, and this group kind of tries to bridge that gap and say, yeah, I may not live in the same town as you, but we can get to know each other on here and kind of hang out. Oh.
The question still coming in, sir.
Yeah. But yeah, that was it.
Okay. So Sarah adds on, I've been exploring other Switch and already know what turns me on. But I'd love to hear what are some ways more seasoned people deepen their dynamic beyond just things. How do you keep it sustainable and not just play based? Okay.
So we do things together. We have activities. We go fishing together. We go out to events together. All of these things, you know, we do together because we're trying to build our family unit strong. It's not just sexual. Our relationship involves a lot of planning. It's a lot of we got to sync calendars and check on each other to make sure this person made their appointment and that person made their appointment. It's a lot of organization. It's a lot of no too. I say no often because sometimes things don't line up and I got to say no. So yeah, there's that. But overall, yeah, it's all about communication. It's all about communication. You got to be able to communicate clearly.
That's sick. Fucking jam.
Huh?
These people.
Somebody's on mic.
There you go. All right, next question.
Alrighty, from Jay. Look at Jay. Do you have ambassadors from the Academy in various parts of the country that offer local meetups and in-person educational sessions?
No, I don't. However, that is something else that we touched on, we touched on. Jade is on it today. She's asking all the good questions. But yeah, that is something that we discussed, and we're gonna look into once we get the academy off and running correctly.
Alrighty. From Sally in response to the question stating what the top 5 things you asked about when vetting. She said to add on to this, are there specific ways to vet S types as a D type?
Hold on. I want to go back because I did forget to answer aftercare, what aftercare was. Someone just reminded me.
Okay.
So aftercare is the care you get after the scene is over. It's pretty self-explanatory, but let me tell you what it looks like. It's different. It's different for each person. One person might want just water and silence after the scene to get their head together. Others might want a blunt and a beer to get their mind together. Some people want complete silence. Some people want the music on. Some people want physical care. Some people want the emotional care. Physical care is when you tend to the wounds, if there are any. Make sure you put some ice on those cuddles and head pads. Yep, that too. Cuddles and head pads. It all depends on the person, but you want to learn your first aid so you can have your ice packs on hand. Personally, I have my ice packs, so after the scene, you can kind of put some ice on it to kind of soothe it a little bit for them because it hurts. It hurts. So they love it, but it hurts.
Phoenix added on to that previous question and said rituals can be used to maintain the connection as well.
Absolutely.
In regards to deepening your dynamic.
Right.
I saw aftercare. Crystal Rivers, thanks for the info. Appreciate it, and we'll check out the site. Randy asks, is expectation a part of the lifestyle, or is it best to come in with an open mind, or is there a balance?
There's definitely a balance. So as a D type, you have to, so what I call it is be, no, do. You got to be the example, know your S type, and do the work. The no aspect is where this comes in. You have to know your S type and know what they're capable of and what they can and can't do. That's where all those vetting questions come in. The physical questions, medical questions about what they can. If they can't kneel, you don't want to tell them to kneel. If they got bad knees, and you gotta work it out somehow. So yeah, it's best to know what they can do and work within their boundaries. However, you are allowed to push a little bit. So, if you want to kind of push them a little, you're allowed to do that. Just listen for that safe word, because as soon as it comes out, everything stops. I keep reiterating that. That's important.
Alrighty, sir. Let's see here. I think we actually have answered everyone's wait, we just got one from B. What do y'all mean by rituals? And can you provide me an example of what that looks like?
Okay. Yeah, we did one of these courses on the rituals a couple of weeks ago, I think, right?
Yeah.
Basically, the ritual is in the way in which you do things. For example, let's say the end of night ritual before going to bed. We all have it. We all do it. You brush your teeth. You wash your face if you haven't taken a shower, which you should. But you brush your teeth. You right. You brush your teeth. This is the way in which you're doing these things. That would be considered something like a ritual. The act itself is the protocol. So basically, the act is, I want you to go to sleep. In order to get there, you have to go through these steps. That's the ritual. That's the protocol. Does that make sense? Was it Randy that asked?
Yes, that was.
Okay.
He said, thank you. The answer is appreciated.
No doubt.
Well, actually, I'm sorry. That was B. But Randy, in response to his question, said, thank you.
Okay.
B said, thank us so much.
No doubt.
Queens at events before sire tops with other bottoms, we connect with a long intentional hug and connect before he touches anyone else.
Yep.
Aww.
That's cute, right?
That is really cute.
But for them, that's their ritual. That's the way in which they do this. So yeah, Queen could have probably told us that.
But that is all the questions we have this evening, sir.
That's it?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we went a little bit over, not too far over, only 8 minutes. Ways to vet S types and D types. What was that? I didn't see it.
Are there specific ways to vet S types as a D type?
To vet S types as a D type?
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going through earlier when I was saying there's different steps to the vetting process. There's the pre-vetting, then the vetting, and then the consideration phase, and then ultimately signing and collaring. So those are the steps that I take. It may look different for someone else, but for me, that's what works. As far as I wouldn't say there's special, like there's no way that you have to do it. You do it in a way that works for you, but just work within the boundaries of the point of what you're trying to do. You're trying to get to know this person and see if y'all go together, if y'all can fit together and communicate and work together towards a common goal while being kinky.
All righty. Now that was the last question.
That was the last one.
Yes, sir. Let me double check. She said, okay, thank you.
All right. Well, like I said, I kept y'all over a little bit, not too much over, but I hope you enjoyed yourself. I know it was real quick. Like I said, we just breezing over this real quick just to give you an idea, a foundation. If you want to learn more, go ahead and check us out at triskelionsacademy.com. You can go ahead and enroll in the class, and you'll learn a lot. So go ahead.
Just some last little love notes from Nicole. I love this group. Y'all actually go above and beyond.
Oh, thank you.
And Tish says, so informative. Thanks.
Absolutely. You know,
Well,
the whole thing is when I came in, we didn't have nothing like this. When I came in, you just kind of had to fuck shit up and then learn from it. But you don't have to anymore. You have a forum where you can ask the questions, you can hear the stories, and actually not make the mistakes that others made. Learn from other people's mistakes. So I just appreciate y'all tuning in to kind of catch it, because we do this off the love. There's nothing to gain in this, but just making sure that y'all get good information out there. So make sure y'all come back, check us out. If you should be in the group already, but if you're not in the group, join Black BDSM Elite. That's where we go to teach all of this stuff, where we have veterans that teach the newbies that ask questions and all that. So make sure y'all come check us out. We'll be back again next week with a different topic. And before you go, y'all got to hear my joke. Y'all ready for this joke? Why can't a nose be 12 inches long? Because then it'd be a foot. Y'all know that was good. Y'all know that was good. Come on. Y'all know that was good.
Oh, Daddy. That was good, Daddy.
That was a good one. Yeah. Ooh, look. Ooh. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for spending your evening with us. Y'all have a good rest of your day. We'll be back next week doing it again. Tune back in and see you then.
Bye, guys.
Gutierrez una.